Place in the POWERade points over Greg, who's your opponent in the final. And the subject of underdogs came up, and I wonder, going against Greg, who won 19 straight rounds here and 3 straight races here, over 4 straight races, did you feel like an underdog? I think you had the better car today overall this weekend, but how did you feel going into that final against Greg?
Actually, I mean, I felt real comfortable about the whole situation. I mean, we ran pretty good during qualifying. Then we come out and race day, and we laid down at 64 the first round, and it was awesome to outrun. I mean, we've never outrun the whole field like 400 like it was, and we had the best car each round, and to go on the final. And Greg did. He had one heck of a streak going on, 19 round wins, and I'm just glad to say that this Torco team's the one that knocked him off that record there. And he was going for 5 straight, so I know he was hungry, and so were we. I mean, it's the U.S. Nationals, first race of the countdown to the championship, so. Being second in points and getting that round up on Greg now he's chasing us by 10 points. So it is just a remarkable weekend altogether. For Fred Simmons, 2 years in a row to have a Chevy Cobalt and a Pontiac in the finals, and kind of rule the roost with GM cars being in the final was awesome. And this year I went to the yellow team in Chevy, so I'm thrilled with the way things are going. We've never won 2 races back to back like we did this year, like we just did with Reading. I guess it's just something with those races that go a week long. Even though Reading wasn't supposed to, it happened to go till Wednesday. And I don't know, maybe it makes you hungry when you sit around for 3-4 days in a row not doing anything. So it really hasn't sunk in yet, but it's just incredible to actually be able to look back here in a few years and know that we won the U.S. Nationals at least once.
You can now look at your dad and say, same question we asked Tony a little while ago when he was in here, although not as big a deal for you. He was considerably behind the #1 guy. You were a little bit closer to Greg, but same deal. This countdown thing has really worked advantageous for your team to catch Greg and now pass him with the win in the final.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unbelievable, really. It's that team has ruled Pro Stock for the last 4 years. I don't think anybody will argue that, but I think with having no backing and the team that Victor Cagnazzi's put together, all the way from the ground up, from the chassis program to finding sponsors, and Stevie Johns and Joe Hornick just continue to work on the motor. I mean, this race we actually were outrunning those guys down the back half, so that's incredible, especially for Chevy and the Chevy power taking control like that. But I mean, every race, when we commit that first cut to 4 races, and only 8 cars being able to, I mean, you never know. I mean, you stumble, parts break, they are race cars. You never know really what can happen. An early first round exit could kill your championship dreams. So in this case, to go out here and get an early head start on everybody, and we started having momentum going into the first cut down here, so we picked up that win running and continue to carry it on here. I think it shows how strong this team is and how well they do under pressure, because it's U.S. Nationals, that's pressure. First race of the countdown to the championship, that's extra pressure. And then to have to outrun both the KB racing cars is that's no easy task, no matter how the track conditions were or what the lanes were. I mean, look at the final round; it was 0.08 of a second. So that just goes to show you how tough this class is. And even though we won today, there's 3 races left, and by no means are we locked in a Final 4 spot. So it does help, and I'm glad that everybody has to chase us now for once. And we're just gonna keep doing it, taking 1 race at a time, and seeing how it pans out. It's gonna be interesting. That's all I can say.